Hey everyone, it's the Edge of the Guru. This is going to be another segment on defeating the meta. This is going to be Gladiator Beast this time. This is one of the more annoying toolbox kind of decks. It hasn't been seen very popular this format from what I've seen, but if you run into this deck, it can definitely mess you up if you don't know how to kill it. So while it's not the most popular, if you're going to be going to show and jumps or regionals, you really want to watch out for this deck because it is a highly favored deck. Um, in my next video, I'll be going over agents because a lot of people have been asking me about those. So don't worry, guys. I will be doing those. That'll be my next video after this one. Let's go ahead and get into this one. The Gladiator Beast deck has the potential to do almost anything it wants, really. It can destroy cards, it can get into really big beat sticks that negate cards, it can control the field, it can swarm. It has a lot of different options open to it. The one thing that makes it so, I guess you could say, dangerous is the fact they can do all this every turn. I mean, they can, go into a Geyseras, destroy two back rows, attack you, pop into a Rechiari, remove a card in your graveyard, pop into a Murmillo, destroy some big monster you have, or do all kinds of stuff. They've got cards that automatically negate monster effects for free and destroy the card, and then they have cards that would just return those kind of cards to their hand. So, I mean, overall, the deck is an insane toolbox. It really is. So first of all, you got Bestiari. This guy, when he special summon, destroys a spell or trap on the field, but that's not really his main purpose. His main purpose is going into Geysaras. All of you know what Geysaras is. 2400 beater, you need 2 GBs to go into him, and Bestiari has to be one of those. Now, Geysaras is really, really bad because, well, I mean, bad for your opponent because he's so easy to go into and he destroys 2 cards for free. And then he gives you 2 Gladiator Beast monsters after he attacks. So that's really good. Like for this deck, that's amazing. So, that's his whole purpose pretty much is going into that. Destroying the back row, that can help every now and then, but really he's for the Geysaras place. Darius is kind of the swarm monster. He's a 1700, and when he special summons another Gladiator Beast. Now, this allows you to swarm for damage, or allows you to go into the contact fusions a lot faster. As in Geyseros, Heraklanos, that new stupid piece of shit. I don't know what you call it. I don't bother remembering his name. It's the cockroach. It's annoying. It doesn't. You guys know what I'm talking about. The new one they brought out. It's like, what the hell is that? But anyways, yeah, Darius is kind of the swarmer of the deck. He's really good because, when you tag out for him, you can grab a Bestiari if they kills your Bestiari, and then you can go into a Geyseros in main phase 2 and destroy more cards. So it really is good in that sense. Equeste is the bitch of the deck. Like, he is just annoying because he can return any one of the Gladiator Beast monsters or any one of the Gladiator Beast spell or trap back to your hand. Thank God he can't return that. Anyways, there we go. Because this says Gladiator Beast, and the other thing only says Gladiator Proving Ground. Anyways, Equeste can return anything. His main returning thing is Chariot. Chariot is his main target usually, but any one of the monsters can easily be returned, and sometimes they do return Bestiari to just set up for a Bestiari play next turn. So he's just the returner of the deck. Hoplimus is the big-ass defender. He's usually what they set first turn and say, get over this, bitch. I mean, that's really what it is. 2100 defense. If he's tagged in, he has 2400, but honestly, they don't tag him in a lot like that. They usually set him first turn, they'll proving set him, and then, you have to try and find a way to jump this guy. So, I mean, it's pretty hard. 2100 defense with 4 stars, that's pretty crazy. Laquari is the beater of the deck. He's an 1800 4-star, and when he special summons through a GB effect, he's a 2100 original attack 4-star. So he's basically a Cyber Dragon, just, straight out the box, and he's a 4-star. The thing that's so good about him is he allows you access to Heraklanos, which is a 3000 beat stick that can ditch a card in your hand to negate any spell or trap. And with this deck, like, usually what you do is you destroy all their spell and trap with Bestiari and Geyseras. You use Equeste and Divine Rat to blow up all of their, or Equeste and Gladiator Beast War Chariot, to blow up all their monsters, and Murmillo to destroy their monsters, and then Rechiari to remove them. And in the end, once they have nothing left but spell and trap, you pretty much just go into Heraklanos and sit there and say, bite me. Because there's not much else they can do. Really, there isn't. Gladiator Beast Murmillo. Gladiator Beast Murmillo is just a pain in the ass. When he special summons through a GB effect, he can destroy any one face-up monster. Now, he's good because if there's something you can't get over, you just Murmillo it. Like, oh crap, I can't get over that. I'm gonna Murmillo it. Like, that's all there is to it. There's only I have seen people run 2 of this just in case like one gets warninged or something, I guess. But I got this deck list from blitzhits, so this is literally his deck. So I mean, he only runs 1, so I didn't only put 1 in there. And then finally, Rechiari is going to be staple this format because he just every time you attack, tag for Rech, tag for Rech, tag for Rech. I mean, you get rid of their graveyard, and there's no downside to it. You just keep doing it over and over and over. It's ridiculous. And lastly, in the monsters, 1 Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon is just an extra beat stick just to help get over monsters and then do some damage directly with the Gladiator Beast so they can tag out. Just stuff like that. 3 Proving Ground because this card is ridiculously stupid broken. It searches any one Gladiator Beast monster from your deck to your hand. So it's just like, yeah, any monster I need, I can have at my will. 2-Power Duality, get to your options faster, obviously. Yes, you can't special summon, but first turn or in a late game, it's a really good card. It really is. Monster Reborn, bring back crap from the graveyard. Smashing Ground, get through big monsters. Forbidden Lance, protect your GBs from, who knows, Dimensional Prison, Bottomless, Trap Hole. Oh, think of a card. Yeek. Heavy Storm, destroy back row. MST, destroy back row. Double Bottomless, obviously Monster Hate, Monster Hate, Monster Hate, more Monster Hate. Lots of Monster Hate. Trap Dust Shoot because you like controlling their hand along with everything else. Starlight Road to protect your back rows, Magic Drain to mess over your opponent and either negate their cards for free or make them discard more cards to use it, Solemn Judgment, and Double War Chariot. Now, all the other ones War Chariot is one I'm going to touch on because War Chariot is one of the most broken cards in this deck. It is literally a Divine Wrath for free. Divine Wrath, you have to discard a card. And to negate a monster's effect and destroy that monster. Chariot, you don't have to. You go, oh, you have a monster. I have a GB monster. I kill your monster for free. And then, next turn you tag into a quest day and just return this to your hand and set it again. So you do this stupid repeating cycle over and over and over and over, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's retarded and, like, gay. It should not be allowed. But it is one of the things that makes the GB so devastating is they have a free Divine Wrath at their disposal. And then they can recycle it. Yeah, don't forget they can recycle it. Now, this is a great toolbox deck. Sorry, phone was ringing. This is a great toolbox deck. So, I mean, you might... I'm sure people will be playing these at regionals and such because this is a good deck. Now, the ways to kill this deck. The best way is this card. A lot of players don't know about this card, and it's really sad because this is an amazing card against them. Negate the activation of effect monster's effect that activates when a monster is special summoned, including itself, and destroy it. Every single one of them have an effect that activates when they're special summoned. So, this card can negate any one of them and destroy them. And it negates the summon. So it's basically like a free solemn warning against them. It really is. So, Swallow Flip is one of the best cards for anti-GB. Pretty much, I would suggest if you do have troubles against Gladiator Beast, side 2 of this. I mean, I used to actually side 2 of this, but with all the freaking monster hate my deck has, like, I just don't have a problem with GBs anymore. I mean, between all my bottomlesses, my trap holes, my widespread, my Sakus, like they never live anyway. It's just not fair. They just don't live anyway. So I don't really run this anymore. But definitely back in the GB format, I was running 3 of this. I guarantee you that. Oh, this card is amazing against GBs. Next card that pisses GBs off so much, GBs cannot stand this monster, is Legendary Jiu-Jitsu Master. This is possibly the most annoying card you can ever play against them. Because not only does he stop them from getting their effects, but he stacks them on top of the deck so they dead draw their monsters next turn. And it says a monster that battles with this monster, a defense position card, is returned to the top of its owner's deck at the end of the damage step. So when they go, okay, summon L'Aquire, you're like, sure. They're like, attack your monster. I'm like, okay, you take 50 because he's or you don't take anything, but he's returned to the top of the deck, and you don't get to tag him. So not only do they not get their search or their tag, however you want to say it, but then they have to dead draw their monster next turn, and they know they can't use that monster to get over Juju. So it's just like it really is a slap in the face. It really is, and it's pretty funny too. And the new ruling they made on this card is retarded, but I'll go over that in another video. Next, Starlight Road. They Geyseris play a lot. Geyseris is one of their main plays, so Starlight Road is a good card against them. And I said Geyseris destroys 2. Well, it's up to 2, I believe. So I mean, I guess you could say they might destroy 1 and try and avoid the Starlight Road. But like every time I've seen them do it, they always go Geyseris, pop those 2, like every single time. So Starlight Road has in the past Starlight Road has won me games against them because it's just like road, and they're just like fuck you. There's not much they can do to that, but it's a really good answer to them. Now, for the kind of unpopular answers, these will be good for like anti-meta players. I decided to throw these answers in just because I felt like giving more answers than just a few meta answers. Now, for the anti-meta players, Skill Drain will be one of your best options. If you play heroes or who knows, some kind of retarded beatdown deck, Skill Drain will be one of your best answers because it cuts off all of their effects. Now, without their effects, they're not that big. They really aren't. The biggest one they got is an 1800 beater. That's it. That's their biggest one. 2100 defender, but as for attacking, 1800 beater. So, Skill Drain will cut off their effects, and it really can punish them. Now, keep in mind, you are going to want cards to protect this, like Fake Trap and stuff like that, because they do have triple MST. That's going to be really annoying, but I'm saying for the anti-meta players, you might want to consider Skill Drain. They won't get their effects, and then you can just start beating over them. And then next for the anti-meta players is Divine Wrath. When they special summon their monster, you can just destroy it. It's plain and simple. And that's one of the easiest ways to kill a Gladiator Beast. When it's special summoned, just Divine Wrath it. Now, I would say don't run Divine Wrath. I would say run Swallow Flip, because Swallow Flip is the same thing as Divine Wrath, just like better. But if you don't have access to Swallow Flip, if you can't get a hold of it, if you can't find it, whatever the reason is, use Divine Wrath until you can get the Swallow Flip. But definitely try and get the Swallow Flip. Divine Wrath is an alternate option, but it's just not good because it -1s you. That's the only reason I don't like Divine Wrath. It -1s you. But still a good card. Like, don't get me wrong, I've ran this card for ages in my gadgets, and it's ridiculous, and it pisses people off because they just don't see it coming. It's like Divine Wrath, which is funny because it's like one of the original cards, and people never see this thing coming. But anyways, we won't go there. Lightning coming down from heaven and striking down Cannon Soldier. Poor Cannon Soldier. Anyways, and that'll be it for this video. Like I said, my next video will be on agents, so stay tuned for that one, and I will catch you all later.